Hey guys, it's Jasmine. I was making videos when we first moved to this property, but life got in the way. I got lazy, my sister-in-law moved in, her animals came here, fun things were going on. My son's, he's a full-time job in itself. That I have a lot of exciting things going on. It is almost springtime, which is one of my favorite times for the garden. Everything in springtime is just blossoming. Everything looks beautiful. It feels great outside. It's not too hot, although in Florida where I'm at, it's pretty hot all year round. But yeah, I just wanted to document some things and show you guys all these exciting projects that I have going on. I ordered a lot of stuff for my garden. I was a little bit behind. I would prefer to have it done in February, but just unfortunately I had other projects come up. And yeah, so I guess I'll just show you around. A lot of stuff has changed. My garden is no longer in the backyard. I have a peach tree there, but that's basically all I have other than peach tree, lemongrass, and one dwarf mulberry that I have planted there. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Me and Finley have planted a lot of things together. I have a lot of planning to do as far as how I want to set things up in the garden now. So I'll just go ahead and document and show you guys. So in the front yard, what we have here is we moved that pond that was in the backyard, removed all the mulch. I moved it over there. And I just went into chaos gardening mode, and I scattered milkweed, borage, zinnias, anything that I thought would look beautiful in this space and really just make it come together. I transplanted a beautyberry plant right there that was in this area. It hated that area over there. If you can see it, there you go. It looks amazing. There's a bunch of different seedlings in here if you look. Obviously grass is growing too. But right here, you can see some seedlings. So it's kind of really fun. There's a bunch of them right here, if you can see. I'm not really a fan of man-made ponds like this. And the reason being is because they take so much maintenance that I feel like it's sort of like having another child, right? So because this was already here, I really wanted to just use this, make it an ecosystem in an area where animals can come get their water that they need. We provide a space for these fish that my sister-in-law brought and that the previous owner of this property gave us. So I bought some banana lilies on Etsy and some eelgrass, and I'm really kind of uncertain about the eelgrass. I really just want this to be kind of an area in these plants to, clean the water, filter out the water without me having to get a filter, without me having to put that extra work in. But it just may be that I need to, because I've noticed that the water has become a little bit murkier than I would like again. And yeah, the banana lilies seem to have been doing good, but the eelgrass, I'm still kind of uncertain. There really isn't any soil in this water, so I tried to push them down. And if you're really into aquatic ecology, please let me know especially about these aquatic plants. I'm really unfamiliar, but it's really cool. Like, we've already found some frogs that were in here. I've seen some birds drinking out of this. I've seen different type of pollinators, wasps, dragonflies, bees, different types of carpenter bees. My husband comes out here a lot, honestly, and he'll just sit here and look at them. And I think that it could be a really beautiful space, especially with all these flowers and everything that I planted. Another one of my projects, which I have many outside, is this space. I'm talking to a local guy in my area. He sells bales of pine straw, which if you have looked around, we're surrounded by pine trees. That's just how it is. So what I'm going to do is once all these flowers emerge, I'm going to actually mulch it with a pine straw. And I may just replace these rocks and take them away. So right here, we have, me and Finley planted, which you can see right here, we planted some Yukon Gold potatoes in these grow bags, and I'm super excited. This is like the only potato we eat. Like, I make potato soup out of it. I make roasted potatoes. I make french fries. Just the Yukon Gold potato can do no wrong in my book. It is so good. It's so amazing roasted, so amazing fried. Like, it's literally just great. So this space here, again with the pine straw. I'm not really certain what these are, but I'm assuming they're ornamental just for looks. I plan to just pocket flowers in here again. Mainly this is, I think, is going to be the zinnia patch. Maybe I'll add the calendula and hollyhocks just because I think this doesn't get as much sun as the other things, and I think those things are more susceptible to disease and just wilting and will die with that heat. And then in this space over here, hello carpenter bee. I'm really uncertain of these bushes. I may change them out. I really at one point wanted to do blueberry bushes. This spot right here, I did transplant some sunflowers, which it's gonna rain, so I haven't watered them yet. But this is really going to be another space where it's just kind of floral. It just kind of brings the pollinators, say, hey, come over here. We got all the food. We got different types of food. We got all the different types of... Well, we'll just go over here, I guess. Finley is telling us where to go. So here, I ordered some cattle panel and some steaks, which I'm going to change this out. I was trying to be as eco-friendly as I could, just using a bunch of things that the owner before me had, but unfortunately, this just isn't going to do it for me. I really want this garden to be a space where I come out and I just find joy in it. It's going to be a space that I've cultivated, and right here are some muscadine grapes. I planted them on either side, which these take off in my area. There's some wild ones in the backyard, on the edge of our property in the woods, and I just know that these are going to be crazy and that it's going to really need just more than what I gave it. I don't know, I just got really spontaneous and wanted to do this really quickly, and I just don't think that this is going to be what I want it to be. Come on, baby. Once you cross this area right here, oop, you all right? I have 2 raised garden beds right here, and my plan is to have these 2, keep these 2 here. Unfortunately, I just chose to do different things in my budget this year, so I'm not going to be getting any more raised garden beds because I would want the really high quality ones. So I'm just going to do in-ground gardening for the rest, so I'm going to plan on doing maybe 2 rows, 1 long row right here, another long row right here, and maybe a small one right here, just depending on how much dirt and soil and compost I have left. Yeah, so that will be my plan so far. I may do one right here, but really this already kind of is pushing it on the edge of my property, but the old owner had her garden in this space right here, which wasn't on our property either. Look at this beautiful dogwood flowering. It's so pretty. And when the light hits it just right, gorgeous. So yeah, and then here, I'm not really sure if I'm going to put maybe a little one. I really want to incorporate Finley's garden into this space. So some of his garden may be right here just for easy access for him, or maybe I'll dig and make a little raised garden at his height. These trees I had, there was an apple here, I believe, 2 persimmons, 3 pecan trees. Unfortunately, they just didn't make it with our animals. Some were my own dog. The pecan trees, I believe I saw him grabbing. Others were just, the pig trying to get a scratch, and she just completely broke it because they were young trees. But this here, I didn't prune this one, and I'm really wishing I did. This is a Dorset apple. From what I've read, I'm pretty sure they don't need a pollinator, or they don't need another tree to pollinate. They're self-pollinating. I may reread on that because honestly, I didn't think this one was going to make it, which is funny because it's the only one that made it out of the apples. Some new growth here. Checking on my... Hey, Rubba! These bees, these carpenter bees. There's these animals. As we make our way in the backyard, as you can see, these just didn't make it. Yeah, there's not really much I can say. Maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't. I don't really know how these fruit trees work. But this peach tree is doing amazing. It is producing. I did prune this in the summer. I'm not sure if I did it correctly because, you know, I just went with my gut. But it flowered these really pretty, beautiful pink flowers, and it is just producing fruit like crazy. I mean, the weight that's going to be on these is probably going to be something. Like literally everywhere you look there's peaches, which I probably should thin this fruit out just because of the tree, but we'll see what happens, you know. I didn't plant this tree. It came with the property, and I don't know, it's just kind of cool seeing somebody else's work and I'm getting to bear fruit from it. And the pollinators yesterday were going crazy. Here's another massive carpenter bee. I mean, seriously. But yeah, this is what the backyard's looking like. I know it looks like a hot mess, but it's been raining. We haven't really gone on it. Say hello. Kilo is camera shy. As we keep making our way to the end of the fence, which is not the end of our property. End of our property is way over there. This mulberry is coming back to life, thank gosh. I was worried about it. And something else exciting, can't remember what it was. I think that trumpet vine isn't dead either. It'd be cool to do a garden right here, but I really just want this space for now to be a habitat for the animals that live out here. So yeah, that is it for the garden and the property right now. I know I didn't show everything, but showed about as much as I can with this little guy around. Hopefully my wrist will be healed soon, even though I'm still using it every day. And, you know, that breeze. Hopefully, once I get all my supplies and everything, I'll show you guys the process maybe of what I'm doing and what the plans are. I know I'm going to be direct sowing a bunch of things like melons, cucumbers, squash, okra. I really just want to make this as big as I possibly can. And I think at that edge, what I'm worried about now is the wildlife around us. So I think I'm going to plant a bunch of corn on the edge just so it deters the deer, especially in this area, to go for the corn and not necessarily the other things. But if it becomes a huge issue like rabbits and everything, I'll just have to put up a small fence or do something like that. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me, and hopefully I'll get all the items I ordered soon. I know it's a bit late and in the game, especially because my last frost date I believe is March 18th. So once that date hits, I'm transplanting. I want to transplant everything out into the garden and start direct sowing. Just because once that heat hits here, I mean, it really hits. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!